The alien armada arrived confident. They had studied Earth's weapons, counted human fleets, mapped every defense grid. They planned to win. The doctrine was clear: shatter orbital resistance, then land, then occupy. The Council of Seven Galaxies had approved the action. Humanity was deemed a competent but ultimately primitive strategic threat, one that would fold under the weight of a unified, overwhelming force. The Armada filled the lunar orbit, a constellation of silent, predatory ships. Their opening move was a masterstroke of psychological warfare. They broadcast their own version of a surrender ultimatum across every human frequency. It was not a request, but a declaration of the new order. They expected panic. They expected a desperate, futile counterattack that would demonstrate their superiority. They expected a grand, televised resistance they could crush for the galaxy to see. America didn't contest them. No great battle, no final stand, no victory broadcast from a defiant president in a bunker. Instead, America changed the rules. In the hours before the Armada's arrival, a simple encrypted data packet was sent from a nondescript facility in Colorado. It was not a weapon activation code. It was a series of administrative commands signed with the highest authority. Across the solar system, human diplomats vanished from interstellar councils, recalling their staff without explanation. Human traders closed their accounts and pulled out of 100 galactic markets, their stalls empty. Human data streams, which for centuries had been a constant background chatter of culture, news, and noise, went quiet. The silence was more unnerving than any battle cry.
The galaxy noticed something else, a subtle wrongness seeping into daily life. Navigation data for shipping lanes stopped updating, frozen on the last human-provided timestamp. Advanced medical algorithms, which used human-donated biological baselines for cross-species treatment, failed their calibration checks. Universal translation systems, built on a framework of human linguistic patterns, began to drift out of sync, producing awkward, slightly off phrases. The galactic economy, a delicate tapestry woven over millennia, had a single critical thread pulled from its weave. Because humans hadn't just exported ships and soldiers, they had, quietly and thoroughly, exported standards. The galactic second was defined by a cesium atom in Geneva. The standard gravitational constant was measured in New Mexico. The base code for interstellar communication protocols was written in Palo Alto. They were the silent curators of the framework. The alien armada, poised to strike, discovered their systems still worked, just not together. A weapons targeting system, calibrated to the human-defined metric, was misaligned by a fraction of a degree with the navigational grid, which used an older American orbital survey. Fleet units attempting a synchronized micro-jump arrived seconds apart, their formations scattering because their clocks were no longer syncing to the Universal Time Server in Houston. Two ships would receive the same targeting solution from the flagship and get different coordinates. The harmony of 1,000 systems was gone. America never jammed a single signal. America never fired a single shot. America simply withdrew its consent, its foundational layer. War, the admirals realized with dawning horror, is a complex agreement. It requires shared definitions of time, space, and data to even be possible. They were ready to fight a monster, but the monster had evaporated, taking the very ground of the arena with it. The Armada retreated, confused and utterly intact, but undeniably defeated. There was nothing to conquer, no will to break that wasn't already absent. The alien admiral, in her final report to the Council, wrote the words that would become infamous. "We did not lose a war. We lost the framework that allowed war to exist. They did not defeat our might. They made our might irrelevant. To engage a foe, you must share a reality. They revoked our access to theirs."
From that day on, all Galactic strategic doctrine included one new, stark line emphasized in every cadet's training. If America disengages, you are already defeated. Do not proceed. Withdraw immediately and hope they rejoin the consensus. The ultimate power was not destruction. It was the power to stop playing the game, and in doing so, reveal that you had built the board all along.